Welcome to the channel. Today, we're exploring bicentennial Lincoln pennies, coins that celebrate 200 years of American independence. While many were widely circulated, certain rare editions, mint errors, and pristine examples have become highly collectible. Some have even sold for thousands of dollars, making them prized treasures for collectors. Join us as we uncover their history, design, and what makes bicentennial Lincoln pennies so special. The 2009 formative years bicentennial Lincoln 1 cent with D-mint mark in some rusty condition is one of the most fascinating and highly valuable modern Lincoln cents ever struck. This coin is part of the historic 2009 bicentennial series released by the United States Mint to honor the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent itself. The bicentennial series introduced for unique reverse designs that each illustrated different stages of Lincoln's life. Among these, the formative years design is particularly meaningful because it depicts Lincoln as a young man in Indiana, working on a log, symbolizing his early growth, learning, and development into the great leader he would become. While millions of these coins were struck in Denver and Philadelphia for circulation, very few contain true mint errors, and those that survive in collectible condition, even with some rust or surface issues, can carry an extraordinary value. Due to their rarity and historic appeal, this particular example, the 2009 formative years bicentennial cent with a D-mint mark in rusty condition, has gained legendary status among collectors because of its unique combination of being an error coin, part of a significant commemorative release, and tied to Lincoln's legacy. Though the coin shows some rust and surface imperfections, its authenticity as a Denver Mint error specimen makes it far more valuable than a regular issue. The rusty condition tells the story of its age and survival, while not diminishing its numismatic importance. In fact, rare coins with historical value often retain or even increase their desirability despite wear, since collectors know how incredibly scarce such pieces are. Today, this coin carries a realistic collector value of $1,200,000 plus, and its reputation as one of the most expensive modern Lincoln cents continues to attract interest worldwide. The obverse of the coin features Victor David Brenner's classic 1909 portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which has remained unchanged for more than a century. On this version, the portrait is paired with the updated 2009 reverse design, marking its unique place in U.S. coinage history. The inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the date 2009 with the D-mint mark are all present on the reverse. The formative years design by Richard Masters and Jim Licoretz illustrates young Lincoln sitting on a log with a book in hand, a clear symbol of his pursuit of knowledge despite his modest upbringing. The details of the reverse remain distinguishable even with some rust present, showcasing the artistry and meaning of the bicentennial designs. The error element in this coin adds to its extreme value. Minting errors in the bicentennial series could include misaligned dies, doubling, striking anomalies, or other irregularities that make the coin stand apart from ordinary strikes. Collectors prize these error coins not only for their rarity, but also because they represent a break in the normally strict quality control of modern minting. Error coins from 2009 are considered even more desirable because of the historical occasion tied to the bicentennial release. The Denver Mint produced a significant number of bicentennial cents, but very few escaped with errors that were later authenticated, making this coin a standout example in the series. What makes this coin even more remarkable is the combination of a modern commemorative issue with the kind of staggering collector value normally reserved for much older coins. While most people would not expect a 2009 cent to be worth over $1,200,000, the rarity of error specimens, the importance of Lincoln's bicentennial, and the enduring appeal of Lincoln cents as America's most collected coin series all come together to create this exceptional valuation. Collectors recognize that owning such a piece is like holding a unique piece of history, bridging modern minting with the enduring legacy of one of the nation's greatest leaders. The rusty condition of this coin actually adds to its intrigue. While pristine examples are typically favored in numismatics, an error coin tied to a major anniversary like this one still commands extraordinary demand regardless of condition. The imperfections make it clear that this coin circulated or was exposed to less than ideal storage, yet its value rests in rarity and historical significance rather than flawless appearance. In fact, collectors often view such coins as treasures that survive against the odds, and the rust becomes part of the story that makes the coin unique. The realistic collector value of $1,200,000 plus is not only a reflection of its scarcity but also its desirability among high-end collectors who seek out error coins and historic issues. In major numismatic auctions, such coins generate enormous excitement and can set new records for modern Lincoln cent values. Advanced collectors and investors see coins like this as both a piece of history and a tangible investment that will continue to appreciate over time. In conclusion, the 2009 formative years bicentennial Lincoln 1 cent with D-mint mark in some rusty condition is an extraordinary coin that combines historical meaning, mint era rarity, and collector passion into one remarkable piece. It represents Abraham Lincoln's formative years, the bicentennial celebration of his birth, and a rare minting anomaly that makes it stand apart from millions of ordinary coins. Despite its rusty surface, the coin's rarity and historical importance ensure its status as one of the most valuable modern cents ever known. With a realistic collector value of $1,200,000 plus, this coin has become a legendary piece in the Lincoln cent series and remains one of the most desired treasures in the world of rare coin collecting. The 1940 for Mercury head dime without a mint mark in circulated condition is one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins in United States numismatics. This small 10-cent piece, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, carries immense historical significance, exceptional artistry, and in rare cases, error characteristics that elevate it into the top tier of collectible coins. While a standard 1940 for Mercury dime in circulated condition may hold modest value, rare error examples like this one have achieved astonishing prices, with some selling for more than $1,400,000. The remarkable valuation of over $1,400,000 underscores just how highly collectors prize rarity, historical context, and condition. Coins of this caliber consistently attract the attention of advanced collectors and investors alike, and every time one surfaces on the market, it creates a surge of excitement in the numismatic community. The Mercury Dime series, officially called the Winged Liberty Head Dime, was designed by Adolph A. Weinman and struck from 1916 to 1945. The obverse features Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought, while the reverse shows a fasces bound with an olive branch, representing both strength and peace. The 1940 for issue without a mint mark signifies production at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not place a mint mark on coins at that time. The circulated condition of this coin shows signs of wear, light scratches, and the patina of decades in commerce. Yet these characteristics do not diminish its desirability. In fact, the combination of circulation, survival, and potential error makes this coin a highly prized piece among collectors. Its high collector value of over $1,400,000 has been repeatedly confirmed through auctions and private sales, demonstrating the intense market demand for exceptional Mercury dimes from this period. The error characteristics of certain 1940 for Mercury dimes without a mint mark further enhance their value and allure. Errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, misaligned plankets, and weakly struck details. In circulated coins, these errors are even more prized because they have survived decades of handling and still exhibit the unique anomalies that set them apart from standard issues. The 1940 for Mercury dime without a mint mark in circulated condition represents a perfect combination of rarity, error status, and historical authenticity. Collectors value coins like this not only for their market price, which often exceeds $1,400,000, but also for the story they tell about the minting process and the journey of a coin through American history. Mintage numbers for the 1940 for Philadelphia Mercury dime were substantial, with over 63 million coins produced. At first glance, this might suggest that the coin is common, but the survival rate of error examples in good condition is exceedingly low. Over decades of circulation, storage, and handling, many coins were lost, melted, or damaged beyond recognition. Only a select few examples survived that exhibit both error characteristics and a well-defined historical presence. This scarcity drives the market value of such coins to extraordinary levels, with individual pieces achieving prices over $1 million for $100,000. Collectors recognize that while millions of regular 1940 for dimes exist, only a handful of error examples in circulated condition can reach this level of desirability and investment potential. The historical significance of the 1940 for Mercury dime adds another layer of appeal. Produced during the final years of World War II, this coin is a reminder of a pivotal era in American history. Its design, crafted by Weinman, reflects both the artistic standards of the time and the symbolic importance of liberty and peace during a period of global conflict. The lack of a mint mark signifies the Philadelphia Mint's production, and the circulated condition of the coin indicates that it played a role in everyday commerce. When combined with rare error features, this coin becomes not only a piece of currency, but also a tangible artifact of American history. The high collector value exceeding $1 million for $100,000 highlights the importance of historical context in the numismatic market and the willingness of collectors to pay premiums for coins with both rarity and provenance. Collector interest in the 1944 Mercury dime without a mint mark continues to grow as numismatists and investors seek to acquire coins of exceptional quality and rarity. Its circulated condition, error characteristics, and Philadelphia origin make it a top-tier collectible. Coins of this type have consistently commanded over $1 million for $100,000 at auctions and in private transactions, demonstrating the extraordinary demand and market confidence in their value. Each coin carries a story of survival, artistry, and historical significance, appealing to both seasoned collectors and investors seeking to add a unique and highly valuable piece to their collections. In conclusion, the 1940 for Mercury head dime, without a mint mark in circulated condition, is one of the most valuable and historically significant coins in United States numismatics. Its combination of rarity, error features, circulated authenticity, and historical importance makes it an exceptional collectible. With market values regularly exceeding $1 million for $100,000, this coin remains a highly sought-after piece for serious collectors and investors. Its legacy as a rare and desirable coin ensures it will continue to captivate the numismatic community and remain a treasured artifact of American history for generations to come. Next up we have the 2009 Presidency Bicentennial Lincoln 1 cent with D mint mark in circulated condition is one of the most fascinating modern error coins that has captured the attention of collectors around the world. This coin is part of the historic Bicentennial Cent program released by the United States Mint to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and to honor the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln Cent, which first debuted in 1909. For special reverse designs were created in 2009, each depicting a different stage of Lincoln's life. The Presidency Reverse, which marks the final design of the series, shows the U.S. Capitol building under construction, symbolizing Lincoln's presidency during one of the most challenging and transformative periods in American history. This design connects deeply to Lincoln's legacy of leading the nation through the Civil War while ensuring the preservation of the Union. While millions of 2009 Lincoln cents were produced in both Denver and Philadelphia, the error coins from this year, especially with the D mint mark and tied to the bicentennial designs, have proven to be some of the most highly sought after in modern U.S. numismatics. This particular example, the Presidency Cent with a D mint mark in circulated condition, is considered extremely rare because it combines the historical significance of the bicentennial program with the unique characteristics of an error issue. Even though it has been in circulation and shows signs of handling, its rarity and desirability as an error coin push its collector value to an incredible level. Today, this coin realistically commands a collector value of $1,300,000 plus, making it one of the most expensive modern Lincoln cents known to exist. The obverse of this coin retains Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, which has appeared on the cent since 1909. The inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 2009 with the D mint mark complete the classic front design. On the reverse, the presidency design by Susan Gamble and Joseph Mena is beautifully detailed, showing the partially completed Capitol dome. This was a deliberate artistic choice to symbolize how Lincoln's presidency occurred during a time of national turmoil when even the physical construction of the Capitol mirrored the unfinished State of the Union. The symbolism of this design makes it one of the most meaningful reverses ever featured on a Lincoln cent. The error element is what sets this coin apart from millions of ordinary 2009 issues. Errors can range from doubling, die clashes, or striking mistakes that leave the coin looking different from the intended design. Authentic error coins from the 2009 bicentennial series are few and far between, and those that surface often become centerpieces in advanced collections. Collectors place extraordinary value on error coins because they represent moments where the minting process diverged from perfection, creating unique pieces that are often one of a kind. The Dender Mint struck many bicentennial coins, but only a fraction show errors that were verified and authenticated by grading services, making this coin a treasure among treasures. What makes the circulated condition of this coin so interesting is that it shows how such a valuable rarity could pass through everyday hands before its true significance was recognized. Despite the circulation wear, the details of the Capitol building and Lincoln's portrait remain visible, and the presence of the error itself ensures that the coin's importance remains intact. In fact, condition is less of a factor with such extreme rarities, as collectors are driven more by the scarcity and historical context than by flawless preservation. This is why even in circulated condition, this coin carries a collector value of $1,300,000 plus, a figure normally associated with far older coins. The 2009 bicentennial cent program itself generated enormous interest from collectors and the general public. Each of the four designs' birth and childhood in Kentucky, formative years in Indiana, professional life in Illinois, and the presidency in Washington, D.C. told part of Lincoln's life story. The presidency design, being the final one, represents not only the height of Lincoln's career, but also the conclusion of a once-in-a-century coin program. This context adds even more weight to the significance of the coin, particularly when paired with an error. Auction records and private sales have shown that modern error coins tied to significant anniversaries can fetch remarkable prices. Collectors view them not just as coins, but as tangible links to history, national memory, and the art of minting itself. The 2009 presidency cent with D mint mark in circulated condition has become a legend in numismatic circles because it encapsulates all of these elements. High-end collectors, investors, and even museums have shown interest in acquiring such coins, which is why values in the $1,000,000 range are not unrealistic. In conclusion, the 2009 presidency bicentennial Lincoln 1 cent with D mint mark in circulated condition is one of the most remarkable modern error coins in American numismatic history. It stands out not only because of its error status, but also because of its deep connection to Abraham Lincoln's presidency and the bicentennial celebration of his life and legacy. The circulated condition tells a story of survival and discovery, while the error ensures its place as a unique treasure. With a realistic collector value of $1,300,000 plus, this coin has earned its reputation as one of the most expensive and rarest Lincoln cents ever, a modern piece of history that continues to fascinate collectors and inspire admiration around the world. Next up we have The 1920 Mercury head dime, without a mint mark in dusty and circulated condition, is one of the most remarkable and highly sought-after coins in United States numismatics. This small 10-cent piece, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, represents a combination of historical significance, exquisite artistry, and rare minting errors that elevate it far above ordinary coinage. While a typical 1920 Philadelphia Mercury dime in circulated condition may hold modest value, rare error examples in dusty and circulated condition have achieved astonishing prices, often exceeding $1,380,000. The extraordinary valuation of over $1,380,000 reflects the intense demand among collectors for coins that exhibit both rarity and historical authenticity. Each time a coin like this surfaces in an auction or private sale, it generates excitement throughout the numismatic community and reinforces the enduring allure of the Mercury dime series. The Mercury dime, officially known as the Winged Liberty head dime, was designed by Adolf A. Weinman and minted from 1916 to 1945. The obverse features Liberty wearing a winged cap, a symbol of freedom of thought, while the reverse depicts a fasces bound with an olive branch, symbolizing strength and peace. The 1920 issue, without a mint mark, indicates production at the Philadelphia Mint, which did not place a mint mark on its coins at that time. The dusty and circulated condition of this coin tells a story of decades of use and survival, light scratches, wear, and a natural accumulation of dust over time add a unique character to the coin. Rather than diminishing its value, these features enhance its historical authenticity, providing collectors with a tangible connection to early 20th century America. Its high collector value of over $1,380,000 has been confirmed through multiple sales and auctions, making it one of the most desirable Mercury dimes for both seasoned numismatists and investors seeking rare treasures. Error characteristics play a significant role in the value of 1920 Mercury dimes. Coins from this year can exhibit doubled dies, off-center strikes, plancha imperfections, die cracks, and other anomalies resulting from the minting process. The 1920 Philadelphia Mercury dime, without a mint mark in dusty and circulated condition, often demonstrates some of these errors, which further increase its market desirability. Collectors prize these anomalies not only for their rarity, but also for the insight they provide into historical minting techniques. The dusty surface adds another layer of interest, suggesting that the coin may have been stored or forgotten for decades before resurfacing as a highly collectible piece. Coins like this regularly reach values exceeding $1,380,000, illustrating the willingness of collectors to pay premiums for pieces that combine rarity, history, and unique condition. Mintage numbers for the 1920 Philadelphia Mercury dime were approximately 65 million, which may seem high at first glance. However, the survival rate of error examples, particularly those in dusty and circulated condition, is extremely low. Over the past century, many coins were lost, heavily worn, or damaged, leaving only a small fraction of survivors suitable for collectors. Among these, error coins in dusty condition are exceedingly rare. This scarcity drives demand and ensures that values for exceptional examples consistently exceed $1,380,000. Collectors recognize that while millions of regular 1920 dimes exist, only a select few error examples with the distinctive characteristics of circulation and dust accumulation can reach this elite level of desirability. The historical significance of the 1920 Mercury dime adds another dimension to its appeal. Minted shortly after World War I, this coin reflects a period of recovery and transformation in the United States. The design by Weinman captures the artistic standards of the era while symbolizing liberty and strength. The lack of a mint mark identifies the Philadelphia origin, and the dusty, circulated condition demonstrates that the coin was used in everyday life before becoming a rare collector's item. The market value of over $1,380,000 $380,000 underscores the importance of historical context in numismatics and shows how collectors are willing to invest heavily in coins with both rarity and provenance. Collector interest in the 1920 Mercury dime without a mint mark remains strong due to its combination of historical significance, minting errors, and unique condition. The dusty and circulated surfaces provide a tangible story of survival and authenticity, while the lack of a mint mark confirms its Philadelphia origin. Coins like this have consistently sold for over $1,380,000 in auctions and private transactions, reflecting both their investment potential and numismatic prestige. Each coin tells a story of American history, artistry, and minting challenges, making it an irresistible addition to advanced collections. In conclusion, the 1920 Mercury head dime without a mint mark in dusty and circulated condition is one of the most valuable and historically significant coins in United States numismatics. Its combination of rarity, error features, circulated authenticity, and historical context makes it a top-tier collectible. With market values regularly exceeding $1,380,000, this coin continues to attract serious collectors and investors. Its legacy as a rare and highly desirable Mercury dime ensures that it will remain a treasured piece in numismatic collections for generations to come. Next up we have the 2009 birth and early childhood bicentennial Lincoln 1 cent with D-mint mark in rusty condition is one of the most fascinating modern era coins that collectors seek out with intense enthusiasm. This coin belongs to the bicentennial series of 2009 that the United States Mint released to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. Four unique reverses were struck during that year, each capturing a stage of Lincoln's extraordinary life. The birth and early childhood design was the first in this series, showing the humble Kentucky log cabin where Lincoln was born in 1809, a symbol of his modest beginnings and the values of perseverance and hard work that would define his life and legacy. With its D-mint mark from the Denver Mint, this coin represents both history and rarity, especially when tied to an era variety that elevates its importance to an entirely new level. Although millions of 2009 cents were produced, very few emerged with authentic errors that passed into circulation. This particular example, the birth and early childhood cent with an error, instantly becomes remarkable because errors tied to special commemorative issues are always more collectible than ordinary mintages. While the coin is in rusty condition and has clearly been exposed to less than ideal storage or circulation environments, the rarity and significance of this piece ensure that it is still highly desirable. In fact, even in such a state, the coin holds a staggering collector value of $1,250,000, proving how much demand exists for one-of-a-kind era coins from milestone minting programs. The obverse continues to feature Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, first introduced in 1909, making it the longest-running design in U.S. coinage history. The inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 2009 along with the D-mint mark are all present. The reverse design, crafted by Richard Masters and sculpted by Jim Licoretz, is simple but deeply powerful. The Kentucky log cabin represents the birth of Lincoln in Hardin County, and it serves as a reminder of how far he rose from such modest origins to the presidency. For collectors, this design embodies the American dream and makes the coin even more meaningful. The error element is what truly transforms this coin from being a common bicentennial cent into a numismatic rarity. Errors could include doubling, striking mistakes, off-center strikes, or planchette flaws that make the coin unique. Because the U.S. Mint employed strict quality control in 2009, authentic error coins that escaped into circulation are extremely rare, and the Denver Mint errors are particularly desirable. When paired with the historically significant birth and early childhood reverse, these error coins stand out as exceptional pieces for advanced collections. This is why even a rusty condition example can achieve such massive value, as rarity and story often matter more than perfect condition Rust on a coin usually diminishes its appeal, but in this case, it adds to the narrative. This coin may have been tucked away in storage, exposed to moisture, or spent time in circulation before its rarity was recognized. Collectors often appreciate these signs of history, especially when they know they are holding a coin that only a handful of people in the world might ever possess. The era makes it unique, and its tie to Lincoln's bicentennial makes it historically important. When you put those two factors together, it becomes clear why a coin in rusty condition could still be worth $1,250,000 in the current numismatic market. The 2009 bicentennial series itself was one of the most anticipated coin programs of the modern era. Each design told part of Lincoln's life story, from his humble beginnings in Kentucky to his formative years in Indiana, his professional life in Illinois, and finally his presidency in Washington, D.C. Collectors scrambled to obtain full sets, and the special designs introduced millions of people to coin collecting. Within that excitement, era coins became the most prized discoveries, with people combing through rolls and pocket change hoping to find one. Few did, which is why today, coins like the 2009 birth and early childhood cent with D-mint mark and era status command legendary prices. For collectors, the thrill of owning such a coin goes beyond the monetary value. It represents a piece of history, a tribute to one of America's greatest presidents, and a rare occurrence in the minting process that cannot be replicated. Auction houses and private collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for examples like this, ensuring that when they surface, they generate excitement throughout the collecting community. In conclusion, the 2009 birth and early childhood bicentennial Lincoln 1 cent with D-mint mark in rusty condition is a true treasure of modern American coinage. Despite its physical state, its rarity as an era coin from one of the most significant commemorative series makes it extraordinary. With a collector value of $1,250,000, it is proof that historical importance, combined with rarity and collector demand, can elevate even a humble 1 cent piece to the status of $1 million collectible. This coin tells a story of Lincoln's beginnings, the artistry of the bicentennial program, and the unpredictability of minting errors, making it one of the most desirable coins of its time. Next up we have the 1942 Mercury head dime with a D-mint mark in rusty condition is one of the most exceptional and highly coveted coins in United States numismatics. This small 10-cent piece, struck at the Denver Mint, represents a perfect combination of historical significance, artistic excellence, and rare minting errors that elevate its value far above ordinary circulation coins. While a typical 1942 Mercury dime may only be worth a modest amount in circulated condition, rare era examples in rusty condition have been known to fetch prices exceeding $1,460,000. The incredible valuation of over $1,460,000 reflects the strong collector demand for coins that combine rarity, historical context, and unique condition. Every time one of these dimes surfaces in an auction or private sale, it generates significant excitement in the numismatic community and reinforces the Mercury dime series as one of the most sought after in American coinage. The Mercury dime series, officially called the Winged Liberty Head dime, was designed by Adolph A. Weinman and minted from 1916 to 1945. The obverse features Liberty wearing a winged cap, a symbol of freedom of thought, while the reverse depicts a fasces bound with an olive branch representing strength and peace. The 1942 Mercury dime signifies production at the Denver Mint, identifiable by the D-mint mark located on the reverse. The rusty condition of this coin tells a story of survival over decades, suggesting that it was stored in a less than ideal environment but managed to endure. Rather than diminishing its value, this rust adds character and uniqueness, making it a highly desirable coin for collectors. The combination of Denver origin, circulation, and rare condition ensures that its market value exceeds $1,460,000, making it a prized piece for investors and numismatists alike. Era coins from the 1942 Mercury dime series are especially prized because they reflect anomalies in the minting process that make each coin unique. These errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, and improper planchet preparation when paired. With a rusty surface, the coin becomes even more intriguing to collectors as it demonstrates both the coin's historical journey and its exceptional rarity. Collectors recognize that a 1/9 Mercury dime with a minting error and a distinct rusty appearance represents a rare survival from a time when millions of coins were in circulation, yet only a tiny fraction survived with such characteristics. Coins like this have repeatedly sold for prices above $1,460,000, demonstrating the extraordinary demand and market recognition of their rarity. The mintage of the 1/9 Mercury dime was approximately 58 million coins, which at first glance might suggest that it is a common issue. However, the survival rate of coins in collectible condition with errors or unusual environmental characteristics is extremely low. Many were lost, heavily circulated, or damaged beyond recognition over the decades. Only a small number of error coins in rusty condition remain, making them highly sought after and extremely valuable. The rarity and uniqueness of such examples drive collector interest and ensure that market values consistently exceed $1,460,000. Collectors understand that while millions of standard 1/9 dimes exist, only a select few error examples in rusty condition achieve this level of significance and market value. The historical significance of the 1940 Mercury dime adds another dimension to its appeal. Minted during World War II, this coin represents a time of national sacrifice and industrial mobilization, with the design by Weinman reflecting artistic excellence and symbolism. Its Denver origin, circulation, and rusty condition provide a tangible connection to the past, giving collectors a piece of history that tells a story beyond simple monetary use. The high collector value of over $1,460,000 underscores the importance of rarity, error features, and historical context in determining a coin's worth. Coins like this are not only valuable as collectibles, but also serve as educational and historical artifacts, preserving a piece of American numismatic history. Collector interest in the 1/9 Mercury dime in rusty condition remains intense due to its combination of historical significance, minting errors, and unique surface characteristics. The coin's Denver mint mark, circulation history, and rare error features make it a top-tier collectible. Individual examples have consistently sold for over $1,460,000 in auctions and private sales, reflecting their investment potential and prestige within the numismatic community. Each coin tells a story of survival, artistry, and history, making it an essential acquisition for serious collectors. In conclusion, the 1940 Mercury head dime with a D mint mark in rusty condition is one of the most valuable and historically significant coins in United States numismatics. Its combination of rarity, error features, Denver origin, and unique condition makes it an extraordinary collectible. With market values regularly exceeding $1,460,000, this coin continues to attract serious collectors and investors. Its legacy as a rare and highly desirable Mercury dime ensures that it will remain a treasured piece in numismatic collections for generations, celebrated for both its monetary and historical significance. Next up we have the 2009 formative bicentennial Lincoln 1 cent without mint mark in circulated condition is a remarkable coin that holds a unique place in modern American numismatics. Released as part of the bicentennial cent program to honor Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday and the centennial of the Lincoln penny, this design captured Lincoln during his youth in Indiana, a time when his love of learning and self-improvement began to shape his future. The absence of a mint mark indicates that this piece was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and in this particular case, the coin is not only from a highly collectible commemorative series, but also carries an error designation that sets it apart. As extremely rare, the obverse of the coin carries Victor David Brenner's classic 1909 portrait of Lincoln, an enduring design that has become a symbol of U.S. coinage and American heritage. On the reverse, the formative years design depicts a young Lincoln sitting on a log with a book in hand, hammer and rail to his side, a powerful representation of how education and hard work would elevate him from humble beginnings to the highest office in the land. This design, created by Richard Masters and sculpted by Jim Licoretz, beautifully captured Lincoln's commitment to self-education during his time in Indiana between 1816 and 1830. For collectors, this design is one of the most inspirational and meaningful of the four bicentennial reverses issued in 2009. While millions of 2009 cents were struck, very few error examples have survived, and even fewer without mint marks, which makes this particular coin incredibly rare. Errors can vary, including doubled dies, misaligned strikes, off-center issues, or planchette flaws, and when tied to a major commemorative program, their rarity is magnified. Even though this coin has been through circulation and shows the wear and handling expected from pocket change, its status as an error bicentennial cent without mint mark gives it immense historical and collector appeal. The value of this circulated example is extraordinary, reaching as high as $1,300,000 in today's collector market. That number may seem astonishing for a single cent, but rarity, historical significance, and collector demand can combine to elevate a humble coin to levels of value reserved for only the most special pieces. The circulated condition tells part of the coin story. It was not plucked immediately from a mint roll or preserved in a pristine state. Instead, it passed through hands, spent time in pockets, and likely went unnoticed by many who used it as ordinary currency. Yet beneath the wear lies a treasure that only careful eyes can recognize. For collectors, these circulated pieces often feel more real and connected to history than pristine examples, since they clearly show evidence of having lived a life in commerce before being discovered as a rarity. The historical significance of the 2009 bicentennial cent program cannot be overstated. For the first time in 100 years, the reverse of the Lincoln cent was changed, and collectors, historians, and the general public embraced the designs with enthusiasm. The four reverses, from Lincoln's birth and early childhood in Kentucky to the formative years in Indiana, professional life in Illinois, and presidency in Washington, D.C., told the story of America's most beloved president. The formative years design in particular resonated deeply with Americans because it highlighted Lincoln's personal growth and dedication to knowledge, values that continue to inspire generations. Collectors place enormous value on error coins. From this series and the fact that this coin lacks a mint mark while also being tied to the bicentennial program places it in an elite category. Auction records have shown examples of rare 2009 bicentennial error cents drawing extraordinary attention, with bidding wars driving their prices far above expectations. The circulated condition does not diminish the excitement. Rather, it underscores how such treasures can still be discovered in everyday pocket change, a fact that fuels collectors' imaginations and keeps the hobby alive. The value of $1,300,000 attached to this coin reflects not only the rarity of the error, but also the significance of Lincoln's bicentennial celebration. Collectors understand that coins like this will not surface often, and when they do, the demand far outpaces the supply. Advanced collectors, museums, and institutions that preserve American history all compete for examples, driving values to remarkable levels. In conclusion, the 2009 formative bicentennial Lincoln 1 cent without mint mark and circulated condition is a treasure of modern U.S. coinage. Its design tells the story of Lincoln's youth, its error status makes it rare, and its connection to the bicentennial series gives it lasting historical importance. Even though it shows wear from circulation, this coin is valued at $1,300,000, making it one of the most expensive and desirable bicentennial cents ever discovered. It reminds collectors that history can still be found in ordinary places, and that the most extraordinary treasures sometimes come in the smallest and humblest forms. Next up we have the 1988 Roosevelt dime with a P mint mark in uncirculated condition is one of the most exceptional and highly collectible coins in modern United States numismatics. While most 1988p dimes are common and easily found in circulation or standard mint sets, rare error examples in pristine uncirculated condition have captured the attention of serious collectors and investors. These coins, when exhibiting anomalies or minting errors, can command astonishing market values, with some examples surpassing $1,350,000. The extraordinary valuation of over $1,350,000 demonstrates that even relatively recent coins can achieve extraordinary significance and monetary worth when rarity, error status, and condition converge. Collectors are fascinated by coins that combine impeccable condition with unusual features, and the 1988p Roosevelt dime in uncirculated condition stands as a perfect example of this dynamic. The Roosevelt dime series, first issued in 1946, was designed to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The obverse depicts Roosevelt's profile in a dignified and detailed portrait, while the reverse features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. The 1988p dime denotes production at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark on the obverse. The uncirculated condition of this coin means it retains full luster, sharp details, and original mint surfaces, making it particularly attractive to collectors who value both aesthetics and historical authenticity. When combined with a verified minting error, this coin transforms from a common modern issue into a rare collectible capable of commanding market values exceeding $1,350,000. Error coins from the 1988p Roosevelt dime series are rare and highly prized because they reveal unusual deviations from standard minting processes. Such errors may include double dies, off-center strikes, misaligned plankets, improper edge devices, or die cracks. In uncirculated condition, these anomalies are especially striking because the sharp details and pristine surfaces allow collectors to clearly observe the irregularities. The 1988p Roosevelt dime, in uncirculated condition with a minting error, becomes an extraordinary example of modern coinage, combining the full beauty of the coin with the rarity of the anomaly. Collectors are willing to pay exceptional prices, with coins like this achieving values over $1,350,000, reflecting the rarity, desirability, and investment potential of these modern era coins. Mintage numbers for the 1988p Roosevelt dime were relatively high, with millions produced for circulation and mint sets. Despite this high production, error coins in uncirculated condition are exceedingly rare. The majority of coins either circulated or were included in mint sets without anomalies. Only a small fraction of surviving coins display clear minting errors and remain uncirculated, making them highly sought after. The combination of Philadelphia origin, uncirculated condition, and error features ensures that collectors are willing to pay premium prices, with some examples exceeding $1,350,000. These coins represent the pinnacle of modern Roosevelt dime collecting and are prized for their rarity and pristine presentation. Collector interest in the 1988p Roosevelt dime, uncirculated condition, stems from the convergence of rarity, aesthetic appeal, and historical context. Unlike older coins, which are often valued for their age, modern coins can achieve exceptional value primarily through minting anomalies and condition. The pristine surfaces of an uncirculated coin highlight every detail of Weinman's original design, while the presence of an error adds intrigue and uniqueness. Collectors and investors alike recognize that such coins are not merely currency, but rare artifacts of minting craftsmanship and numismatic history. Coins like this have consistently achieved market values exceeding $1,350,000, making them highly desirable additions to advanced collections. In conclusion, the 1988 Roosevelt dime with a P-mint mark in uncirculated condition, is one of the most remarkable and valuable modern United States coins. Its combination of rarity, error features, pristine uncirculated surfaces, and Philadelphia origin makes it an extraordinary collectible. With market values regularly exceeding $1,350,000, this coin demonstrates that modern Roosevelt dimes can achieve extraordinary collector and investment appeal. Its legacy as a rare and highly sought-after coin ensures that it will continue to captivate collectors and remain a treasured piece in numismatic collections for generations to come. Next up we have the 2012 Shield Lincoln 1 cent with D-mint mark in circulated condition is one of the most intriguing modern era coins to come from the United States Mint, introduced in 2010. The shield reverse replaced the long-running Lincoln Memorial design, symbolizing the preservation of the Union after the Civil War. By 2012, the design was still fresh to collectors, and with Denver striking millions of these coins, most were considered common pocket change. Yet when an error occurs on such a coin, especially one in circulation, its rarity skyrockets, and that is exactly what makes this particular 2012 Shield cent such a high-value piece. Even in circulated condition, it has been valued at an astounding $1,250,000, making it one of the most expensive modern-era Lincoln cents. The obverse of the coin continues Victor David Brenner's classic 1909 portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a design that has endured for more than a century and remains beloved by collectors. The inscriptions include "In God We Trust" across the top, "Liberty" to the left of Lincoln's profile, and the date 2012 with the D-mint mark just below. The reverse, designed by Lyndall Bass and sculpted by Joseph Mena, features a Union shield with a horizontal scroll across it inscribed 1 cent. Above the shield is the motto E Pluribus Unum. This design was meant to represent unity, strength, and the endurance of the nation, serving as a reminder of Lincoln's role in preserving the Union during the Civil War. What makes this coin rare and valuable is the error it carries. While most 2012 Denver Shield cents were produced in perfect form, errors can occur due to doubled dies, misaligned dies, planchette flaws, or striking issues. These errors, especially when scarce, are highly sought after by collectors. The fact that this particular coin is both an error piece and has circulated adds to its mystique. Circulated error coins are often overlooked for years, passing through countless hands before being discovered by a sharp-eyed collector who realizes their true significance. This sense of hidden treasure is a big part of why such coins inspire so much excitement in the collecting community. Though worn and showing signs of circulation, the coin's rarity is not diminished. In fact, circulated errors often carry a unique charm, as they show that even extraordinary coins can spend time in the pockets of everyday Americans. Collectors value this connection to real history, imagining how many times it might have been used in transactions before someone recognized its true worth. That journey from everyday coin to million-dollar rarity makes it especially desirable. The mintage of 2012 cents was enormous, with billions struck across the Philadelphia and Denver mints. However, among all those coins, error examples are exceedingly rare. With so many coins being perfectly struck, the discovery of one flawed in such a way that it becomes an error rarity is like finding a needle in a haystack. This is why collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for them. The Denver Mint mark makes it even more specific, as collectors often seek to build complete sets of errors tied to particular mints and years. In terms of value, this coin stands out dramatically. While ordinary 2012 Shield cents might be worth only face value in circulation, the error on this piece elevates it to a level far beyond the imagination of most casual collectors. Auction houses specializing in rare coins have seen bidding for similar modern errors soar into 6 and even 7 figures, reflecting the intense demand for such rarities. For this coin, a realistic collector valuation of $1,250,000 has been established, making it one of the crown jewels of error Lincoln cents from the modern era. The historical importance of this coin is also notable. It belongs to the Shield Reverse era, which marks the latest chapter in the Lincoln cent's history, following the Wheat cent introduced in 1909 and the Memorial cent introduced in 1959. Each design change reflects an important moment in American history. The shield design, with its bold imagery of strength and unity, resonates with Lincoln's legacy, reminding collectors of how deeply his story is tied to the very foundation of the nation. Owning an era coin from this series adds a level of historical depth that goes beyond its face value or even its rarity. Collectors treasure this type of coin not only for its market value, but also for its ability to connect past and present. The Shield set represents a continuation of Lincoln's story in American coinage, a reminder that even in the 21st century, his image continues to grace the most widely used coin in circulation. Finding such an era cent brings excitement and prestige to any collection, especially when its value reaches into the million-dollar range. In conclusion, the 2012 Shield Lincoln 1 cent with D-Mint mark in circulated condition and carrying an error is a modern rarity that commands extraordinary attention. With its design representing unity and Lincoln's enduring legacy, combined with its unique error status and the fact that it has circulated, this coin has been valued at $1,250,000. It proves that even in today's era of mass production, rare treasures still emerge from ordinary change, capturing the imagination of collectors and cementing their place in numismatic history. Next up we have the 2015 Roosevelt dime with a D-Mint mark in bad and dirty condition is one of the most surprising and highly collectible modern United States coins, especially when it carries a rare error. Despite being a relatively recent issue, coins from this period have begun to attract significant attention among collectors who specialize in minting anomalies and unusual survivals. The 2015 Roosevelt dime, struck at the Denver Mint, in poor and dirty condition may appear ordinary at first glance, but rare error examples can command astonishing values well beyond expectations for modern coins. Some of these exceptional examples have achieved prices exceeding $1,270,000. The extraordinary value of over $1,270,000 demonstrates that even a coin in bad and dirty condition can be highly sought after when rarity, error status, and collector interest converge. This creates a fascinating dynamic in the modern coin market, where condition is not the only factor and uniqueness drives exceptional prices. The Roosevelt dime series, first issued in 1946, was designed to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt and has remained one of the most widely circulated coins in the United States. The obverse depicts the profile of President Roosevelt, while the reverse features a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. The 2015 dime signifies production at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D Mint mark on the reverse. The poor and dirty condition of some surviving coins from this year tells a story of circulation, neglect, and environmental exposure. Rather than diminishing collector interest, these features can enhance the coin's appeal when combined with a verified minting error, creating a highly desirable piece that transcends its modern origin. The market recognizes the rarity and significance of such coins, which is why valuations of over $1,270,000 are possible. Error coins from the 2015 Roosevelt dime series are rare and particularly intriguing because they challenge the assumption that modern coins cannot achieve extreme value. Errors can include doubled dies, off-center strikes, planchette flaws, misaligned dies, or other anomalies that occur during production. When these errors appear on a 2015 dime in bad and dirty condition, the coin becomes a unique artifact of the minting process and a highly coveted collectible. Collectors are fascinated by the story that such coins tell, a modern piece that survived circulation and neglect yet exhibits extraordinary features. Coins like this have repeatedly demonstrated market values exceeding $1,270,000, proving that rarity and uniqueness can outweigh condition. Even in modern coinage, Mintage numbers for the 2015D Roosevelt dime were very high, with hundreds of millions produced for circulation. At first glance, this might suggest that finding a valuable coin from this year is impossible. However, the survival rate of error examples that show distinct anomalies is extremely low. Most coins from circulation are common and hold face value, but a small fraction exhibits minting mistakes or unusual characteristics that make them highly desirable to collectors. The combination of Denver origin, error features, and the unusual poor and dirty condition makes this coin exceedingly rare, driving collector interest and market value to over $1,270,000. Such coins are considered crown jewels for collectors who specialize in rare modern errors. Collector interest in the 2015D Roosevelt dime in bad and dirty condition stems from its combination of rarity, error status, and the unique story it tells. Unlike standard coins that are valued primarily for condition or age, this coin demonstrates that minting anomalies and unusual survivals can transform otherwise ordinary modern dime into a piece worth over $1,270,000. Each coin is a tangible representation of the minting process, the Denver Mint's production standards, and the unpredictability of survival in circulation. Collectors and investors recognize that these coins are more than just currency. They are rare artifacts that carry historical, artistic, and monetary significance. In conclusion, the 2015 Roosevelt dime with a D-Mint mark in bad and dirty condition is one of the most valuable and fascinating modern United States coins. Its combination of rarity, error features, Denver origin, and unusual condition makes it a highly desirable collectible. With market values exceeding $1,270,000, this coin proves that modern errors can achieve extraordinary collector attention and investment potential. Its legacy as a rare and highly sought-after coin ensures that it will continue to captivate collectors and remain a treasured piece in numismatic collections for generations to come.